Oh, there we go. Pam's on.
Oh, there's Pam. Yeah.
Okay, but I can't find it now. Where'd it go?
Hey.
Julie's there. Hey, guys.
Where'd it go?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. I just had you. Hold on. Oh, wait. Is that it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Where'd you guys all go?
You have such issues with Zoom.
Hello?
Zoom kills me. All right. I may have to jump off and then get back on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Where can I can't find? I can't see you guys. Where'd it go? Oh my God. Where are you? Oh, there we are. Hello. I'm so Zoom challenged. It's ridiculous. I'm like, okay. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hey,
Right,
can you
so-
guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Rusty's in the car. She's
I was
driving.
chatting away with Elise, and then I'm chatting away now with you guys, and I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody's listening to me. And I look down, and it's like touch to speak or something. So anyway, sorry, no video. I'm driving, but I'm here. So
Yay.
Cool.
So it's our first team call of 2019. And I am excited, and I have big goals for us.
Gosh.
Big, hairy, scary goals that make me feel like I'm going to throw up, but that means that I'm doing them right, I guess.
hey guys, I'm going through a tunnel. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Oh, no, I gotta go.
Time to run.
Yeah, right?
Pam, you're like, Rusty, can you hit that done speaking button now? Sorry. It's been a long day. Sorry.
Yeah, but this is the fun job.
Yes.
True.
Yes, it is.
And just to be clear, if anyone ever decides that they need to have a glass of wine while they're on the call, I'm fully okay with that.
No, those are the staff meetings I can get into.
Exactly, we do them right. We played beer pong in Florida.
Oh my God.
I saw those pictures.
That's funny.
We were
That looked amazing.
toasting in the hot tub. Oh my God, yeah, it was insane. So I was just looking. So we may have somebody. So I have somebody from work who, she did coaching forever ago with somebody else, and then quit. Had a baby last year who's 8 months old, and just decided she was ready and signed up, and she just sold a challenge pack today. So I'm like, okay, so you need to come to join the call, and you need to start your training, because I know you did this, but like there's a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if she'll hop on tonight or not, but she's like, oh, I sold a challenge pack. I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Putting me to shame.
You know what? It was just somebody who used to be under her. So, but I think
Okay.
because she ordered, and the next day I brought her into work, like little goodie bag with a couple of bars and things. And she posted on Facebook like 5 minutes after I gave her the goodie bag. And I texted her from my classroom, and I'm like, okay, just so you know, you're acting like a coach. When you tell me you're not sure, that post was a total coach post. I'm like, you know, and then she's like, oh, and I think I have people interested. I'm like, oh my God, okay, clearly you're coaching. And I actually have a meeting tomorrow morning before school with somebody from school who's just ordered Transform 20 and is so excited. And actually, she has Crohn's disease, which is she's got Crohn's, which is how we started talking about it, because I said, I've heard that Shakeology can really help with the flare-ups. So I gave her a pack, and her mom has it too. So I gave her a pack to try, and I'm really hoping it will help with Crohn's, because it would be so great to see it make that. I mean, that's the amazing thing about all of this, is to know that it could help her. It's just such a cool thing. So, all right. So, first order of business after our chit chat is Julie Miller, challenge extraordinaire. Seriously,
I'm a little freaking out. There's no doubt about it.
And you're
But
going to keep
thank
freaking
you.
out. I mean, but seriously, you could be, did you buy your ticket?
I haven't gotten it yet, but I took the time off work, so I'm.
Okay.
I mean,
So
yeah,
just go buy it. And,
I will.
I mean, you could be on stage at Summit. I mean, how crazy is that?
Well, it's I won't be, but it's cool to be in the top 5 of my age group.
Listen, I won't be. Would you ever have thought this would be happening? So don't say I won't be.
True, but yeah, it's wild. So
Rusty, I don't know how much Elisa has told you about Summit, but it's really a great experience. It's a huge team bonding experience. It's a learning experience. They actually are having a track this year that's focused on kind of newer coaches, which is really great. They're kind of dividing us up more for the training portion, but everyone gets to see Rachel Hollis. Like the opening ceremonies are on the football field, and it's just like they do fireworks, and it's like huge rah-rah excitement. There are always huge announcements about new products, new programs that come out then. It's people who there's a lot of recognition. All the elite coaches get recognized, the top coaches. I think as 2-star, I forget what stars you get to walk the stage, but my goal is 5 stars, so I should be walking the stage, and so you guys better get your asses there. Because if I'm walking the stage, it's because you've helped get me there. So that's the thing, is that any goals that I have are team goals. The thing about what we're doing is that no one can do it alone. It is truly not an individual journey. It takes a team. And I have no doubt, I mean, each of you brings completely different things to the table, different gifts, different strengths, but has the ability to build your own team. And I know, Julie and I have talked about this, where we've talked a little bit about goals, and she said, well, I don't really know what my goal is, what my future is. And what I've said is that I would say that when I started coaching, it was probably really just to pay for my Shakeology, maybe help a couple people, because I thought it was cool that people seemed to be inspired by looking at my progress. I was like, oh, okay, I'll pay it forward. But I truly, if somebody had said, oh, do you want to be a diamond or a 1-star diamond? Like, that was very, very foreign to me. It just, I really didn't even connect to it. It didn't make sense to me. I built to Emerald right away because that was a very reasonable way to, earn more income. And if I'm doing it, then why not? And then the goals kind of came a little bit at a time. And I would say it probably wasn't until this year, I think really until getting closer to becoming Star Diamond, that I started to think bigger. Part of it is the personal development I was doing. I think the life coach school really helped a lot with that, because she really talks about how your goals are supposed to be scary, and your goals are kind of supposed to make you feel like you want to throw up. They're supposed to feel like that, because if you're setting goals that seem incredibly attainable and very easy to achieve, then they're not even really goals. You're basically almost there. A goal is something you have to work for. A goal is something that's going to make you grow. A goal is something that's going to push you. You may fail along the way to the goal, but that's part of the process. It's like with 2B mindset, you're learning or losing. So if you're not losing, you're still learning. Just like with, and Tracy is the first one to talk about her journey, because she did not hit her goals for this year, but she has now set her goals. She got partway there. She made elite, but I believe her goal was 10-star, and she's 6-star. So she did not get there. but her goal for 2019 is 12-star. And her goal for 2019 is, and I forget the number of coaches, but to have a certain number of coaches under her making $50,000 in the year, and a certain number of coaches making $75,000 in the year. And the whole idea behind that for her is that it is a team. So I feel like my goal for me is 5-star and I've said out loud, and I don't know if I will do this, but I've said out loud 5-star by Summit. But within that goes with each of you building a team, not to get me the stars, but to grow your own team and achieve your own goals, to get the income. Because within 5-star, I can see what that means for my income. I can see what that means for helping to pay for college. I can see what that means for my future. And it is, I have to say, a lot more attainable than I thought it was. When I really, really start to look at it, when I say it out loud, and then I start to, reverse engineer and say, okay, what does it take? What's involved? It's a lot more feasible than I thought it was. When you really start to invite, and push yourself out of your comfort zone with inviting, you don't really know who's going to say yes. I have started reaching out to people and saying, listen, just, I'm going to say something you're going to think is crazy, but just listen to my whole message before you hang up on me. Because I think that they listen a little bit more when you let them know right off the bat that what you're saying is maybe a little bit out of the box. But I say, I think about the individual person and why I think it might fit for them, because for some people, it's about the money. I've been talking to one woman. It's about she's, I need to figure out what I'm going to do next. The girl at school is a young teacher. She'd love the extra income, but she loves to work out and how it makes her feel. So she's, there's all the pieces. So everybody has multiple pieces of why coaching might be a good possibility for them. And the more you ask, the more no's you're going to get, the more yeses you're going to get. If you ask 100 people, you're going to get a lot of no's, but you're going to get more yeses than if you ask 10 people. And so going for no is really, really important. And it is hard. Nobody is going to say that it's not hard. Every single one of us, Tracy included. The reason Tracy hands us these scripts that she gives us is because she's come up with them herself, because she's finding scripts that are going to make it easier for her. Everybody finds it difficult. But on the other side of those asks is possibility. On the other side of asking somebody to just join a 2B Mindset group is the possibility that they may lose the weight and feel better. If we read the comments in our 2B group right now, not everyone is active, but the people who are, it's pretty awesome.
It is. That is for sure.
I agree. We are seeing incredible change, and every one of them says, this is something I can do for life.
Yeah.
Like, they've realized that this is something that they can really live with, and we gave them that, and we're giving it to them. So on the other side of the ask was that. And then the other side of the ask for coaching. Julie did not want to coach. But
the jury is still out. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're so stuck at this point. Partially because you're really stuck with me. And because for you at this point, to walk away from what you have achieved and how that can change people's lives, I know that that's not in you. You've got too much of a desire for people, And now that you know what you have to offer people, you know, it's hard to walk away from it. I mean, if you were to do gifts, and this is something I would actually, I have to figure it out more, but Alicia and I and maybe Heidi, a few of us were talking about the idea of maybe next year in 2020 doing kind of a group retreat kind of thing where we bring the life coaches in to do training. So you guys would need to, if we did it here, you need to fly here. But this life coach training that we've done it's amazing. For me, I would say that it is the thing that has changed my life more than anything in the last number of years of my life. It is the training that I did a year ago is the thing that has made me propel forward into believing in myself more. And I'm not talking about believing in myself as a coach. I'm talking about believing in myself in every way. It really growing. And it comes out in so many areas. I mean, I just got asked to be a Stephen minister at my church, which I don't know if you know what a Stephen minister is, but it's basically somebody who goes through a lot of training to do, it's kind of like pastoral care, but without being a pastor. So you get assigned somebody who is like your person, and you meet with them weekly, and they're going through a crisis, and you support them and pray with them. And I was assigned somebody for me when I was going through my divorce, and it was a real lifeline for me. And I always put them on a real pedestal. So to be asked to be a Stephen minister to me was like, wait, are you sure you're asking the right person? But I don't think I would have been asked to do it if I hadn't been through the work with the life coaches, because I don't think that I would have grown in my confidence and just in who I am without that. So I would love if I can find a way to make it possible for all of you to benefit from that, I would love that. And that's one of the things that achieving 5-star can make more possible for me, because the bonuses that I would be earning can help go towards, I mean, that's how Tracy began creating retreats, was with her bonuses. So it would allow me to, be able to do things that are special for you guys and our team as it grows. So that's something for down the road. But Summit would be the thing in the meantime that we would get to be together at and learn and have fun. And, I know, like Rusty, I know Amanda's already bought her ticket. A lot of the people who you're talking to and getting to, all the people you guys are talking to and getting to know will be there. So it's just an amazing team event. We'll have a huge team dinner. We'll have smaller things, like we do something as a team ourselves. It's a really cool experience. So I hope that you guys could make it work. And hearing Rachel Hollis right there is pretty awesome.
Hey, Pam,
Yeah.
when is it?
It's in July.
July. Okay.
I think I put the link to it in our coach group. I think I put it in there. If not, I'll check, but if not, I'll put it in there. But if you just go to the Beachbody, page and search Summit, you'll get a million things. And it's on sale. The tickets are on sale through the end of this month. They're 155, I think, through the end of this month. And hotel usually, as airfare is not, well, at least from here, airfare is not expensive from here to fly to Indianapolis. I don't know about from the West Coast, but it was pretty cheap last year, airfare. I think I paid just over $200 for my airfare.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was, I just don't think it's a place that's really expensive to fly to. It's not like vacation. It's a really cute little town, but it's not like, it's spring break in Florida, let's charge a lot.
Yeah.
It's Indianapolis in the summer.
Pam, it's our birthday weekend again.
It is on Sunday.
Oh, mine too. I mean, kind of in there.
When's
When's
yours?
yours?
The 6th.
You're another July?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why am I not surprised?
Wait, you guys, you're like the what, 17 or no?
I'm the
12?
14th and
14th.
Lisa's the
I'm the 13th.
13th. So hers is Saturday night.
Okay.
Mine is when we're on the plane flying home. So mine's
gotcha.
kind of like,
Mine's the weekend before.
mine's like when we're getting up early to like go to the airport. Woohoo, it's my birthday now, sleeping on the plane. That's mine.
Yeah.
But Elisa's is Saturday night. So we can have fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it's the big 5-0 too.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh.
So just to like give a little insight as to what we do, a lot of learning, but when it was our 48th and 49th birthdays for Elisa and I, we were in New Orleans, and it was shortly after I had gotten engaged. And let's just say that more than one person purchased penis straws for this team dinner
Oh.
in honor of
Okay.
engagement. There are a lot of pictures that shall never be seen.
I forgot about those.
and we took karaoke Uber.
That was the all-time best ever. Ever.
I actually think I still have video of that. Of Laura Higgs. Yes.
Yep.
So we have a lot of, well, we played beer pong in Florida. We have a lot of fun. We get very serious because we also, I mean, we did, like in Florida, we did this incredible, I mean, the tears, you know, I got called up and 2 seconds in, Dina's sobbing next to me. I'm like, oh my God, it's not even your turn and you're crying. You know, there's a lot of, the thing that I love about this team, and it's really important to me in growing my team to maintain a lot of that same culture. And I really think that that's what's happening, is that it is a team of people who are in it for a lot more than the money. I'm not going to say the money doesn't matter, because it does. As I sit there and Malcolm has these acceptances rolling in, like his acceptances started rolling in over the weekend. He had gotten one and he got 3 more while I was in Florida.
Woohoo!
And all I did was start having like heart attacks about the money.
Nice.
Like, okay, great, he's in, and now I figure out how the hell I'm going to pay for it. So the money absolutely matters. But there's not a single person on the bigger team of Faithfully Fit or on our team who is in it just for the money. We're in it to change lives. We're in it for the culture of women that we're a part of, the friendships. I have posted this, but it's not just a post. I truly mean it when I say that these relationships that I have developed, I never expected that at this point in my life I would have these friendships with the bigger team, with you guys. I mean, there are not, when I'm going through stuff, there's not a lot of people I go to. You know, there's just like, I don't know if there's anybody outside of our team who knows about what's going, like with Andrew and I just don't. And even with the team, I hadn't talked about it. Like, people were like, wait, I didn't know this was happening. It's a really safe place because it is a group of incredibly caring women who are all on their own journeys and who just love on each other and celebrate each other. And I just don't think that there's a ton of that out there. I mean, I think there are pockets, but I think we are incredibly blessed that we have this circle of friendship. And I truly can't imagine my life without it. And it's very important for me. And it's something for you guys to keep in mind as you build your teams, that you want to pay attention. You want to ask and invite and ask and invite. But you want to be thinking about, you know, who is that dream team? And that's what you want to go out there and talk to people. It's not about, oh, I think you'd be amazing because I think you're going to make me a lot of money. I think you would love this. I think that that this would bring something to your life, and I would love to work with you because I think you'd be incredible. That's, you want to imagine at the first summit that I went to, one of the speakers said, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine yourself a year from now. Who's sitting to the left of you and who's sitting to the right of you? Who's there? Who's surrounding you? And now I think about when I'm up on that stage, who do I want sitting there cheering me on when I'm walking the stage as a 5-star? And it's different when it's not about the money. It's not about, I want the people who are going to earn 60 success points a month. I mean, great. That's awesome. But that's not what this is about. Is it really important to hit Success Club? Yes, it really is for your business to move forward. Hitting Success Club every month should be a non-negotiable. It makes a difference in growing your business. And no matter what I say about the camaraderie and the helping people, it's still a business. And we are still learning and growing as business people within this. And that should be your minimum goal to hit Success Club every month. No matter whether you're doing it until 10 o'clock at night on the last day of the month, it should be an absolute non-negotiable. And if it's getting later in the month and you're going, I'm not there, then you should be sending out 5 times as many invitations. And it's hard. Nobody is saying that that's not hard. But you have to say to yourself, if I want this, this is what I have to do. Because otherwise, you're just kind of in this limbo of not really growing. And I think any of us want to grow in what we're doing. Otherwise, it doesn't really, I don't know, you need that growth. So the invitations that you need to do, and you also have to remember that every no you get is a potential yes for the future. Julie said no to me for a long time. Julie said no to me for close to a year. The freemiums, Rusty, I think it's so awesome that you're talking to other coaches. But both Julie and Elisa came to me because of freemiums. So a lot of people end up because they see what you have to offer. They start to develop a relationship and they see that, okay, maybe she has an answer. So you want to be growing that friend network, asking people, whatever it is, like just reaching out, talking about it. I talk about it with everybody. There's really not a person, carrying my step on the airplane to Florida. I can't count how many people, they were like, what is that? The woman who checked me in at the Delta counter took my name.
Cool.
I don't know if she'll ever find me on Facebook, but she took my information. It's, I care, I use my Shakeology cup. I talk about it. Not like, oh, you should buy it, but I talk about what I'm doing and how it's changed my life and the workout program I'm in the middle of and how much I love the home workouts, or thank goodness I have my shake on the plane, or whatever it is. And people listen because people say, oh, that could be the perfect solution for me. And I talk about coaching and I talk about what coaching has done in my life. And I invite almost everyone to coaching. What I've learned is that there are people who have said, yes, I want to coach. And along the way, like there's one person who signed up as a coach and she did Faithfully Fit and she finished Faithfully Fit in one day, supposedly.
Jeez.
And then kept asking me questions. And it was more than obvious that she really hadn't watched anything. That she clicked her way through. Because she didn't know anything. She kept coming.
I was going to say, there's no way.
There's no
How do
way.
you do that in one day?
No.
No, yeah, no kidding. No way.
No. And
You're not
so,
soaking anything in.
yeah. So then I started noticing her posts on her Facebook page. And I started noticing there was a lot of negativity, a lot of bashing of people. And I realized this is not the person I want for my team. This is not the right fit. It doesn't mean that she might not be a good coach for some people. And I hope that maybe as her coach, I can help her grow. But this being part of Grace Goodness and a Little Grit is not going to be the right place for her right now. And so I just stopped. I just backed off. I'm here for her as her coach, but I just left it alone. And it really hasn't come up again because clearly she wasn't invested. So when you do ask somebody and it turns out not to be the right fit, I think it kind of resolves itself naturally because I think that they realize it's not the right fit for them either. You know, if she decides on her own she wants to start selling challenge packs, that's fine, whatever. And I mean, I'm not going to stop her from doing that. But, you know, honestly, she's not going to be inspiring anybody because she's so negative. So
Yeah.
I don't see her really, I don't see people going, oh, wow, I want to do what she's doing because she's not happy. Not that you have to be like happy all the time, as we all know. You can be, you know, be honest, but she's honest in a very negative way. So, because that was one thing that worried me. Like, well, what if I ask the wrong people? What if it doesn't work? What if I invite somebody and if, you know, I'm out there inviting lots of people and I invite somebody and it's a fiasco and it really, in this case, it fixed itself. And I think that's what happens. So just, you know, watch what people are posting in Faithfully Fit about how they're inviting, about the language they're using and what they're throwing out there and borrow it. Make it your own. But use it. It's there. People are putting it there for a reason because it's worked for them. And don't hesitate to share. If you put something out to somebody and you have a conversation, if you send out an invite and you get a response that you're like, oh, wow, I didn't expect it to go that way. That was great. Share your language in there. You know, everybody, we all are learning from each other and nobody is so far along that they can't benefit from that information and from learning. So I think, you know, those are you have to invite both to challenge groups, to the freemiums, to coaching. You have to set those non-negotiable bars for yourself. Like I will hit, you know, in a perfect world, you're hitting 10 every month because then you're getting the paid leads and paid leads are awesome. You know, I just got, you know, you don't get Success Club points from a paid lead. You get, but you get commission from the very first order. And a paid lead is generally somebody who is ordering a challenge pack or Shakeology or something. I have a do not contact paid lead who orders Shakeology every single month, but I can't contact her to tell her about the discount. But I make commission off of her every single month. I have other paid leads who have become discount coaches, who have, and regular leads can, but regular leads could be somebody who signed up for 2 free weeks of thought.
Oh yeah, I get those.
So sometimes they pan out. Like I have somebody right now who signed up as a free lead, never responded to my email, and just bought a challenge pack. So I got Success Club points for her.
Oh, wow.
Nothing to do with me. Just on her own, she ordered the All Access Challenge Pack. But she never even responded. So I'm going to be reaching out to her again because it's just happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like now you really need to join my challenge group because you have everything and you need to learn how to use it. But those leads, you know, if you are Emerald and Rusty, that's for you. Emerald should probably be Emerald should be your first goal to hit like sooner rather than later, because then if you're Emerald and you're hitting Success Club 5 then you're getting free leads and you're getting team cycle bonus and all of that. So you are earning more income. Emerald is the first step to increasing to growing your business.
So are free leads like when somebody signs up for BOD, not under anybody, like just like me,
Right.
like I just went and signed up?
Yes. And you
Yes.
just got to
That's
find
free.
your random coach.
Okay. All right, cool. I need to do some more research. I've looked a little bit and maybe it's later in the training. How do we find out more information on the different tiers? Like when you guys are saying emerald, diamond, just so I can kind of get a visual of like what that all is. I looked on Pinterest, there's some stuff, but
So emerald means that you have one discount coach on each leg, or I shouldn't say this, one coach on each leg. So we have the right leg and the left leg. Emerald means that you have a coach on each side. Usually for a lot of us, one of those coaches is a family member. Julie, it's her husband. At least it's her husband. For me, it's Andrew. Sometimes it's a sister.
Mhm.
We're usually I order extra products under Andrew. So I only need 50 PV. I order my Shakeology under me every month. But under him, I order Energize and Recover or Boost or whatever it is. Oh, were you ordering
That light bulb just went on over Julie. Look at her.
Oh my Lord. I seriously don't know what I'm doing because I have got so much Shakeology because I'm thinking that's what it has to be, but it's only 50 per
only
month.
Yes.
50 per month. Oh my good Lord.
Until you are diamond, you don't need more than 50. Well, no,
So
as emerald you need 90. No, as emerald you need 90. So as a coach,
90.
I need 90, but he only
needs 50.
Yes.
So he doesn't have to keep doing the Shakeology. We just have to order stuff. Oh my God.
So keep Shakeology under you.
Yes. Okay.
Because it's actually kind of cool when you order every month, you end up getting like every 12 months, you get like you get like the golden cup, you get like little like prizes. So it's kind of nice to like get that recognition.
Yeah.
But Andrew, I order bars. And
So
you order everything that you order that is not your for you, like your one Shakeology order.
Yeah.
Everything else you order, you should order under him. Because when you order under you get the discount.
Right.
But when you order under him, you get the discount and the volume rolls up to you.
I am so
cycle
bad.
Bonus
Yeah.
of his order.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we're having this discussion. So when you sorry to go off on a total tangent, but when you order under Andrews, do you go in every month and order something different, or do you?
No, so I have a standing order under him, but I'll go change it depending on what I need. Because I also order under Lily. So I have a couple different people who I have orders under. So like right now, I have Lily getting nothing because I don't need her to be emerald, right? Like because Andrew's emerald, he's not diamond right now. And as I head into the 2-star qualification, I'll make sure to get him back to diamond. But until then, I'm not going to worry about it. So
did you just cancel his Shakeology totally altogether? Cancel it, or
I don't cancel him. No, his Shakeology I canceled. Yeah. Shakeology. Sometimes I will throw an extra, like if I need more packets. So if I order Shakeology under anybody but me, I just order packets. So I use those for potential customers and stuff. But like when like right now, because I send a goodie bag to every new challenger.
Mm-hmm.
And in my goodie bag, I put a packet of pumpkin spice or a flavor that they don't have of Shakeology. One packet. I put, now that Energize is out in the little sleek thing.
Oh yeah.
A little thing of Energize. I put 1 bar of each flavor. And then for my 2B Mindsetters, I put a thing of everything but the bagel seasoning.
Oh yeah.
And I also put in the stir.
Oh, that flavor stuff.
Yes.
Right?
This. Hold on, I'll show you.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, I'm so happy that I'm figuring this out. Or well, that you're figuring it out for me, essentially.
This is like the flavoring for your water.
Oh, gotcha.
So I literally use a gift bag and I print out a
But yeah.
put on it. I think that's probably how I sent
Yeah.
like
Yep. It was pink.
Yeah.
Pink.
I just, I put like my goodies in it with a little note and I send it off and people feel so appreciated and a lot of people order stuff because of it. I've had a lot of people order bars because of it.
Gotcha.
And now that I'm adding Energize in, I would guess that I'll have more people order Energize because of it too, because people try it.
I seriously am so happy. This has made my whole day. So thank you so much. Thank you. Because we have got bags and bags of Shakeology right now. I'm like, I can't have it all. So anyway, thanks.
Yeah. So if you stop ordering under him and the two of you are drinking it, you'll just start to use it.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Sure. So yeah. And the gift bags have been a very good thing that I started doing these when I started TV Mindset. Shortly after that, that's when I started doing gift bags.
Gotcha.
And they've been very successful. And people just, who doesn't love getting goodies in
Goodie bags. Yes. It's the best.
And then I'll have people who will go on Facebook and they'll post, my coach sent me this. Yeah. So then it gets me visibility too. Like it wasn't planned that way, but hey, great.
Right.
Because then somebody says, oh, what was that? Or somebody asks them, oh, what was that? And they're like, oh, you talk to my coach.
Cool.
Way to get referrals. I will also use, like, if you have packets of Shakeology, if somebody gives you a referral for someone who orders and they're like a Shakeology customer, you could give them a few extra packets if you've got extra Shakeology in the house as a thank you.
Gotcha.
Things like that. You can also, if you really have a lot of Shakeology, like more than you can use, or 3-day refreshes or whatever it is, you can use them as like a prize. Like, hey, for the first person who orders a challenge, if you're like, oh my gosh, I need one more order this month, put it on Facebook. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys so much. Gosh, I'm so excited now.
Oh, good. You should all be creating, and I've bugged Elisa about this before, you all should be creating your holding. Like my Grace, Goodness, and a Little Grit group, the one that I post about challenge groups that are coming up, the one that I've said you can add people into. You should be creating your own. Call it whatever you want. If it's not your perfect team name yet, it's okay. Try to come up with something that feels good. But if you're not creating a logo yet, it's okay if it's not your perfect team name. You can make changes. My logo came a lot later. My team name was the brainchild of like late night text boxing with a bunch of people on the team a long time ago. And my daughter thinks it's named after her, so she's good with
it. Then it's a win-win, right?
Like, sure, honey. And really, when I think about it, I'm like, my team name exemplifies me. Grace, grit, goodness.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
What I value. Faithfully Fit. It's there's Fearlessly Fit. There's a million. I mean, there's Fitspiration. There's a million different things it could be. Amanda's name, when we did the meetings of the names in Florida, her name means fit to be loved. And we were like, oh my God, that's your team name. Fit to be loved.
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't know if she'll do it or not, but that's what we all thought her team name should be. So create whatever you want, call it whatever you want. Tracy's holding tank started out being called Balderac Babes.
That's right.
Babes.
Yes. Before it was
Love it.
Faithfully Fit Virtual Community, it was Balderac Babes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. And before Faithfully Fit Central was what it was Poach from an Awesome Coach.
Ah, that's where that came from.
Yes.
Because she
Gotcha.
actually references that in part of the training, and Rusty was asking me about that. I'm like, oh my God, where did
That's
that
what
come
the team used. That's what our coach page used to be called. Poach from an
That's
Awesome Coach.
Okay,
The
so
whole
you just
page.
answered that because I thought there was a separate coach
No.
page, and then I'm like, is she saying coach page? I didn't get it.
No,
So
but
there's like a
just-
separate.
just know that when you create that group on, and you don't create, you're not creating a business page. You're just creating a group. And you are adding people
So
to that group who have bought challenge packs, who've done your freemiums, who have asked you questions, who you've had any side conversation at all. Your group is going to start out with like 8 people in it, and you're going to post and
Right.
you're gonna be like, this is so freaking dumb because I have 8 people in it. And slowly but surely it will build. And you may post a recipe once a week, or you may post, an article. Like, it'll be different. What you post there will be different than what you post in your regular Facebook feed. Because all those people are seeing your Facebook feed too. So you don't need to duplicate it. So you're not having like the personal inspirational posts in your holding tank. Your holding tank is like, oh, hey, I made this for dinner and it's great. And your holding tank is where you're saying, new Transform Trendy group starting in February, whatever, who's in. It's
Do you put people in there who aren't customers, but
Yes.
they're like potential people? It's all anybody that
anyone who's done a freemium. I put most of my freemium people in there. People who, if I've had like a conversation with you and you've been like, oh, and I'm like, well, I could throw you in my holdings I'll say, I have a group that I use just to, throw out recipes and ideas and fitness tips and things like that. Can I add you? People are like, sure. So I throw them in.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
But then what happens is they're seeing more of that specific conversation. And when you invite to a group, they're seeing they're seeing other people respond.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They're like, oh, maybe I need to check this out. Like, it's, you get like that FOMO thing,
Yeah.
And so it helps.
Sorry, I can't see you guys, so sorry to cut you off. So should I set up a group now? Because when you're saying that, it makes me think of that lady at the nail salon who probably thinks
Yes.
I'm crazy. And instead of me, and that took so much courage to even be like, well, if you're interested in Sean's his book, I'd be happy to send you more information. And she's just like, get away from me, you psycho. But
I was so
would
proud
that
of
have
you
been a
for
better
doing that. That was
approach?
awesome.
I was shaking in my boots, and then I stopped talking, and I'm like, suckers, stand up and talk to her. So I was just like, that took so much courage to even like spark that, and then I got shut down hard.
Shut
Yeah,
down.
But you
But-
did it. But you did
I mean,
it.
I could see, well, because then I'm like, so do I just tell her, here's my name, look me up on Facebook, but then you're inviting her to your personal page, and this is a complete stranger. Is that
Right.
appropriate? Like, would that be where you would say, hey, I have this group page,
Yeah.
would you like me to add you, and just take her name?
Yeah, there's no rules about who you can put in. Put in anyone you want. And if you want to increase it, throw all your family members in it so it makes it look like there's more people.
So Elise and Julie, do you guys have your own too?
No, but I
No.
apparently am going to.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, why
But
haven't
they
I
are
been
going to.
invited?
So-
I'm jumping in.
So I want to set up, so in Juliet's, in her team, her team is like a few steps ahead of us in terms of size and all. But I mean, we are definitely a growing team. And I want to kind of borrow a few ideas from her. And one of the things that she does, and I would like to do this, is she has like everyone posts their weekly goals for like invites and things like that. But like they talk a lot about uncomfortable invites, which are it's like that's exactly what you did in the nail salon, or it's like that girl you went to high school with who you are totally uncomfortable about inviting, but you just never know what the answer is going to be. So like I'm gonna, just say I'm gonna send out 20 invites and 3 uncomfortable invites. So those are going to be the ones that you probably do first because you're like, oh God, who are those going to be? And I just need to get them out of the way. And then the other ones to feel easy after that. But she also has, she's actually got a competition going with another team, and I'd love to see if we could do the same thing. And they get points for things like opening up new communities and all sorts of different things, for going live on Facebook and talking about things, all sorts of ways that you can earn points. And I am more than happy to throw a little bit of a competition in the game. And I've got prizes. Who wants to win my Soggy bobblehead?
Your who?
Soggy Kelev bobblehead.
Apparently I don't know who that is.
Soggy is the he did Hammer and Chisel, and
Oh, I've not even done those.
He's like the really big guy who sounds like
Bodybuilder.
Yeah, he's the total bodybuilder. He sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I haven't done any of his stuff.
And he grabbed my boob.
Oh well, wow. Okay.
At Summit. So this is another thing about Summit. Yeah, people can grab your boob now.
Well, I'm in, baby.
Yeah, literally, I was like, "Oh my God, did that really just happen?" It was
Did you ever wash it again? Was that kind of thing?
like really quickly. He's not my type. Joel, I would have been like, "Okay, it's all yours.
Yeah,
you can sign it."
Woo!
Oh my God. But yeah, no, not so much with Siggy.
Oh Lord.
They will have, before, when it gets closer to Summit, for people who have tickets, they will have a contest where you can earn, with however many Success Club points, where you can earn professional pictures with the trainers.
Oh,
that's really cool.
That'd be cool, but it'd be hard to pick, I think. I mean, there's several that are just...
Usually they have 3 and 3.
Oh, gotcha.
You pick the 3, and it's cool because it's really cool to meet them. That's when Shanti told me he loved me.
Oh,
I told him I was about to start at Max 30. He goes, "So sorry. Just remember I love you." And I literally will never forget that.
He is so, I want them to live next door to me. I really do.
I know, I loved your post.
Yeah. Is that creepy and like stalkery-ish? But
no, because everybody's like that way.
I want to babysit his twins.
Yes, we want to babysit his twins and we want to drink with Joel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Joel comes out at the Summit trip. Oh, and make sure, Rusty, I know you put your name. You guys make sure you put your name on the opt-in list for the trip.
Oh, what?
I actually got my invitation today. I have to do that tonight.
Okay.
I got but so here's the thing. So I got my invitation today for the Summit trip. I looked at my number on the leaderboard. I'm like 222. So that's after the elite coaches. Like after the top people. I'm like the 200, after all those people are done, I'm up there. And like even on big leaderboards, I'm in like the top, usually like the top 1,000 of Success Club earners for the entire company. I don't earn like crazy Success Club points though. I'm not one of those people who is earning 75 Success Club points in a month. I'm earning, there are months that I try to hit 10 every month, but there are months I don't. There are months, there's like there's once that I've hit over 30 and that was To Be Mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And I've hit like 16 and 18 a couple times, but usually I'm around 10, 12. And sometimes like last month I was 6. This month I'm at 12 now, but last month I hit 6 and I was like, I'm good. I've got a lot going on. I'm happy I hit my non-negotiable. There was no way that I wasn't hitting 6. But if it's not as hard as you think to earn these rewards, you don't have to be earning insane Success Club. You just have to hit it. You have to be consistent. So you have to commit to saying, I am going to do this every month. And if you do it every month, you will reap the benefits of that, both in prizes, but also in your rewards, like in your business rewards. That is what will help your business grow. Because if you bring on 3 new people every month, if one of those people keeps ordering Shakeology, then you've gotten those 3 Success Club packages, and the next month you've got more Shakeology being ordered, plus 3 more people. And so your monthly and then some of those people become discount coaches, which increases your team cycle volume and helps you get rank. So it all adds up. This, it's that consistency, and the consistency of the invites is what leads you to the consistency of the orders of the customers. And I know that life gets crazy. I absolutely know that. I'm the first person. I mean, one of the things that was said to me about being a Stephen minister is that one of the reasons that they know that it will be easier for me to support people is because I have had so many freaking, craziness in my life that I have a lot of empathy for people because I've experienced a lot of it. I'm like, awesome. But, okay, thank you, I think.
Yeah.
There's a compliment in there somewhere.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that when you're going through the stuff, lean into it with that. Show people, you know what? Yeah, life is from hell right now, but I'm still working out, or I'm still eating clean, and this is helping me get through it. And I have my coach team to lean on, and they're helping me get through it, or whatever it is, and keep inviting. Don't disappear. And when I say to keep inviting, you don't need to invite, some people invite 5 people every single day, 10 people every single day. Some people sit down on, every Wednesday and invite 25 people. They do it in chunks. Some people are like, I'm inviting 50 people every Friday night. Everyone does it differently, but you just have to do it. So you figure out what works for you. For some people, there's little dribs and drabs. And you don't need to reinvent the wheel every time. A lot of times when you're inviting, you are cutting and pasting. Do not cut and paste too many invitations into Facebook Messenger, or you will go to Facebook Messenger jail. It is a real thing. They will freeze you, and you will not be able to send any messages for 2 weeks.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, they will freeze you.
Wow.
You should not want that to happen. So when people joke about Facebook Messenger jail, they will really do it.
True.
And I know it happened to Chelsea Pearson. The head of Shred, she got sent to, yeah. Yes, it happens. So do not send, don't just cut and paste. Send a few, and then wait till later in the afternoon and send a few more. Or send a few, and then the next one, type it and change it some. Even just change a few words. But if you're just cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste, they think you're like the robot thing, and they will freeze you.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Got it.
But, I'll get up, I'll be I'll look at the time, I'll be like, all right, I have 15 minutes. I'm going to send 10 invites. I'm just going to do it. And I'm like, boom, boom. And usually when I do that, I end up sending more than 10. I'll send 13 or 14 or whatever. But I'll say, okay, I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. It's 8:30. It's 9 o'clock, whatever. I'm going to bed. Before I shut the computer, I'm sending 8 invites. And I'll just set that very specific goal for myself. I'm like, I'm just going to do it. And if I do that a few times a week, next thing I know, I've sent 40 invites. So, and it doesn't have to be fancy. It could be, hey, thank you so much for the likes on my posts. It really helps. How's it going with your health and fitness journey? Or, hey, I've got this free workout. Would you like, I'd love to send you a link if you'd like to try it. Or, I don't know. It could be anything. It could be, I've got a group coming up and I just love your energy and think you'd be a great addition to it. And, could we chat? Voice messages whenever you can do it. Facebook voice messages, text voice, especially with coach invites, I think is a better thing. I think it's better with everything, but you can't, depending on where I'm doing it, I can't always send voice invites. When I go to LA, and Rusty, we need to talk LA because I really would love to see you. But
ditto.
When I go, I clearly won't be sitting on the plane sending lots of voice invites, but I will be sending invites. I will be using that time to work like crazy.
I want to throw in real quick, sorry to interrupt, that voice thing, Jill,
Yep.
Jill. Okay. So I did that with her and she commented back saying, I love the voice message. Thank you so much for doing that. Which I was just practicing on her because, she was so difficult anyway. So I was like, okay, this is sort of a lost cause. So I'm just going to practice with her. And she loved it. So people really like that.
I've had a lot of people say, I had no idea that this even existed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So when you're saying doing the voice message invites, are you pretty much just, not reading from the script, obviously, but instead of sending out the little snippet, you're literally just recording it and sending it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Facebook voice messages are limited to a minute or less. So it forces you to keep it short and sweet. It's like you have to. So the only time I have longer Facebook voice messages are when I'm already in a conversation with somebody and they're asking me questions and it's just easier to talk. And then there might end up being 3 because I'm trying to explain something to them. But with the initial ones, it is like, hey, how are you? Whatever it is, like have this thing, this group, or would love to send you a link to this workout. Like I'm having so much fun with it. The trainer, it just rocks, and would love to send you a link. But I think keeping it casual is much. It doesn't feel salesy, and that's the thing. None of us want to feel salesy. That's gross. And so the more kind of casual you are, but you also have to be direct. So you want to be casual, but you have to say it. So, that's one thing. That's actually one thing that I noticed when there was conversation around, Rusty, when you had that friend who was interested in the pricing and stuff on Transform 20, breadcrumbing is really important, but at a certain point, it's okay to just say, this is what you get. If somebody comes to you and asks you directly for information, you don't really need to breadcrumb. The breadcrumbing is more like the person you haven't talked to in 5 years, who you're starting out, just like who likes your posts, and you're just kind of starting conversations. So you're not directly saying, I'd love to have you join a group. You're just kind of like chatting. Or breadcrumbing is the posts that you do. Because it's not the direct marketing. We're not putting the stock pictures from Beachbody in there. We're not, we are saying, would love to have you join me. And all the data shows that ending with a question like that does help. But if somebody directly says, can you send me some information? I'd really like to know more. The first thing out of your mouth doesn't have to be price, but you can be more direct in your information if they're coming to you and saying, okay, I'm ready to know something. Or if they're like, okay, tell me about it.
Yeah, that makes sense because I had sent her like the first conversation snippet and she came to me at work and was like, yeah, I noticed online you're doing this, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, well, can you tell me more? So I gave her the first bit and then her message, you guys saw it, she was like, oh, well, so how much does it cost? And is that step extra? And And I just felt like, well, I don't want to keep like dancing around that topic because she's very direct like me.
Yeah.
And if it was me, I'd be like, well, forget you. If you can't answer my question, then
Right.
That's hokey. But anyways, makes sense.
What I tend to do is I tend to say, here's what you get. So it depends. If it's like, if it's something like Transform 20 where there's like lots of different packages, it's a little hard. But sometimes what I'll do is I'll say, so this is like, so I'll pick like the basic Transform 20 package, the one without the step. And I'll just say, listen, this is what you get. You get the year of access, your month of Shakeology, you get your shaker cup, you get all the coaching groups that you want, you get me, and then and for all of that, really just 160, which is a pretty sweet deal for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Chris. You just got home.
Yes.
Oh, I thought I was on mute. I was getting lovey-dovey with my husband. Alrighty, continue.
For everything, so I'm like, for all of that, it's only $160, which is a pretty sweet deal considering how much you get, especially since you get your workouts for a whole year and you don't have to renew it till the end of that. And then I say, there's some other packages where we can add some things on. Let me know what you think and we can figure out what's right for you. But I do start with like listing what they get because then they're like, oh, wow, all that is only 160. That's actually not that bad.
Yeah, I totally get the approach there. So yeah.
And if somebody's confused, because you will get people who are like, wait, I don't understand, then send them the graphic. Because that usually makes more sense to people who are confused. Because sometimes people are like, wait, what do I get? I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, here, just read this. I try not to send people to my website because I think people get really confused and distracted and overwhelmed. So I try to tell them this is what it is. I'll send them a link to a video or a graphic that I've made or gotten from somebody. And every time there's a new program coming out, there will be graphics that either I will make or they're always like in the 5-star Facebook, in the 5-star group, the roundtable and stuff. They share everything. So a lot of times the graphics that Tracy will give us are things that came from there. Because the top coaches pay people. I mean, just like Tracy, they pay people to do it. So like I've learned to use Canva and I create a lot, but for a lot of people, that's what they farm out. At some point, I'll start doing that. Right now, I farm out certain things to Tracy too. Oh, there she is.
I'm here. This is my office / junk room, so don't judge too harshly, but I'll have you look at a blank wall. There we go. Hey guys.
Yeah,
I got a lot of good
reason I'm
tips.
positioned against my windows and not against the room.
Yeah. Alrighty. Cool.
All right,
a lot of good tips tonight.
What can I answer?
Yeah.
It's I've kept you guys on much longer than I planned to, but what can I tell you? I want to start. I do want to start doing this either every week or every other week, and we can talk about exactly what to do. But one of my personal goals is for us to have a completely consistent team call. So maybe what I'll do is put a little poll into our coach Facebook page just to kind of hammer out which night is best for people. Would Tuesday does Tuesday work?
Sure.
Probably. I think so.
I was going to do Mondays, but now I've got the my Stephen Ministry training is Mondays, and Wednesdays I can do later, but I have church every Wednesday. So Tuesdays, if that works for you guys.
Yeah.
And how
Can
do
we
you
kind of do it around the same time though? Because
Yes.
I can't get out of work much earlier.
No, that's fine. We can do 9 o'clock. We can do 8:30 or 9 every Tuesday. Yeah. Or every
Okay.
other.
Sorry, guys.
How do you guys feel? Would you like to try for would you like to do for now, try for every week? And then that way, especially with getting started with the year and stuff, have that support. Would that make sense?
Should.
Okay.
Fine with me.
I can come with topics. I can ask some of the other coaches to come be guest speakers. If you have, as you have people who are starting, like if you have people who you're adding to Faithfully Fit to the training, you also can add them to the Faithfully Fit coach page. I mean, to our Grace Goodness and a Little Grit coach page. You don't add people. So if you have somebody, so say Rusty, you talk to a friend and your friend is like, all right, I'm curious about coaching, and you add her to the Faithfully Fit training page. And as you know, part of the training is adding yourself to the Faithfully Fit Central page.
Mm-hmm.
But you can add her to our team page, to the Grace Goodness and a Little Grit page, and then anyone can be part of team calls.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that as people are starting their training, I think that to be part of the culture of our team, it helps because it's like, oh, real life people. And, this is something I like and I want to be part of, and friends, and, it's motivating.
Well, and it also helps put in a lot of the training into practical use, like we were all talking about, having a spouse or a family member
Yes.
order your other stuff, because then it's like you're double dipping in a way, because
Yes.
you're getting that commission off of them. You're still getting the discount, but it rolls up and it helps with your ultimately your team cycle bonus and your commission.
Yes. Even at Summit, when I shop at Summit, like when I buy, they've got the core, which is like the big store, and they'll sometimes have clothing that they don't have elsewhere. When I shop at Summit, I buy it under Andrew's coach number, because then the volume rolls up to me.
So brilliant. I mean, this is like a game changer.
The only time I don't, he doesn't have, because Andrew doesn't have BOD, because he doesn't need it.
Right.
So the only time, so I don't order like Transform 20, I order under me. So there's a new program that I order under me, but everything else I order under him.
Oh.
And just to clarify, so okay, like you sign them up as a coach under you, or just have them order under you as a
No,
person?
I signed, so Andrew is a coach under me.
Okay.
So he was my first coach, and then I had a customer who became a discount coach, and that made me Emerald.
Okay.
So we have to look at, you want to put your husband on whatever leg Steve is on.
Okay.
Steve.
Her husband.
Alisa's?
On my right, I think.
I don't get the leg thing. I'll have to.
You're
get
on-
training.
So you're
I
on
don't
my,
really either, so.
you're on my right leg. Wait, hold on. Let me
Why
go
does
to
it?
mine.
Why does it
I'm
matter?
like, wait, I gotta go look.
It affects your team cycle bonus. It'll help
Okay.
you grow your team. Let me go to mine. And
So I would sign Rick up, and then I would pay the $15 a month, but then get the discount on whatever products I'm ordering from him, like
yes.
Energizer or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when you sign up, all right, hold on. I'm going to share screen. Hold on.
Sorry to take up all of your guys' time on that, but I've searched on Pinterest and I saw the leg thing, and I'm like, what the heck?
I don't get it. I don't really understand it either
Okay.
much. But
and then now you're saying like Steve's on whatever leg, so I need to have my husband be on the same leg. Like how does that all work out?
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, hold on. I don't know.
Yeah.
What
Okay,
my
sorry.
screen.
Aren't we just talking about people who just don't get it? You're like, if they don't get it, send them the graphic. Send me
very
the graphic, Pam.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't. Usually I can share my screen. I don't know why I can't find it. Because I like to. That makes it easy. I don't know why I can't. That's so weird. All right, I have no idea why. All right, I will not be sharing the screen because for some reason that option is not here. But so if I go, you guys can't see it, but if I go to my downline, so Elisa is on. She is on my right leg. Julie's on my left leg because I did not think that Julie would be a sharing coach. Had I realized, I so should have put her on my right leg.
Sorry.
That's my fault. No, because the thing, you never know. And you have to have people on both legs. So in the long run, it'll be fine. When you become Star Diamond, so you're on the same leg as Andrew. Andrew is my first diamond. My next diamond has to be on my right leg, or else I don't. Like you have to have people on each side to go stars.
Say that you're gonna fall over. Sorry.
So you stay upright.
So you're on. So Elisa's on my right leg, and Steve is on her right leg. And you're on Elisa's left leg.
Yeah.
But was there any strategy in putting him right or left? Like discount coaches on the right, people you think are going to coach on the left?
So what you're going to do to begin is you're going to put your husband on one leg, and then then you're going to start to put people on the other. You're going to put your next person on the other leg.
Okay.
So that you will have. That will make you emerald. After that, you're going to build up the leg opposite your husband first because you can control to make sure that he's active because you're in charge of what he's ordering.
Mm-hmm.
Can't totally control. Oh, Elisa, by the way, both Lauren and Bethany, their coach fees, their business fees are delinquent. So you may want to have them check their credit cards.
Yeah, I know Bethany's was definitely a stolen credit card, so she's got to put a new one in there. But I don't know what's going on with Lauren. So. Yeah.
Well, it's a pain. I've had it happen because all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what's wrong? And it's because like I replaced my card and forgot that I didn't change it on all the different things I need to change it on. Yeah. So you want to you're going to start making sure you have one person on each leg. So that makes you emerald. Diamond means you have 4 people on each leg, 2 of whom, one on each leg of whom are also emerald. So when I became diamond, it was because I made Andrew an emerald. So I put 2 people under him once I built myself up. You don't worry about that until you build yourself up. But I made Andrew an emerald, put 2 people under him, and then Elisa was my other emerald. So that's what often happens early on is that you have, even actually for a while, you have one person who you're kind of building, and then you have other people who are coaches. So like Andrew, then I built to diamond, and that's what Star Diamond. Just like I'm actually under Tracy's husband because when she signed me up as a coach, she didn't think I would ever coach. So she put me under Stefan and then kicked herself later.
So you can't move them?
No. Once people, you have 5 days in which you can move people.
Okay.
And then that's it.
And I'm sorry. So I need to put Rick on my left.
Let me double check
Okay.
about which leg. I have to double check that just to
Okay.
be sure. But either way, it works out. But I'm gonna ask Tracy to take a quick look at the downline because she's better at that than I am, and just see what she says. And then so you'll put him on whichever one of that, and then from there, and then like as soon as you sign up, like if your friend is going to buy. So what I generally do is if somebody's going to order, and I think they're going to be ordering, if I think it's most likely that they're going to order for at least 3 months, I will sign them up right away as a discount coach. Because they might as well get the discount. And it just, if I think it's a iffier thing, then I'll sign them up as a customer. But if I really, because you can cancel being a coach anytime with no penalty. So especially if somebody has a lot of weight to lose, I want them to be committed for more than a month because they're not going to hit their goals in a month.
Mm-hmm.
So what I say is, I want you to give me 3 months. I want you to commit to me for 3 months that you're going to do this. We go from there after that. If they're extremely skeptical about Shakeology, then I'm like, all right, let's sign you up as a customer and play around with it. But promise me that you're not going to try it twice and then tell me you don't like it and give up on it. Like I have somebody who I saw last night at church who was like, yeah, I don't think this is for me. She signed up and she emailed me. She's like, you've been so sweet, but I just don't think this is for me. I saw her last night. She's like, I love my Shakeology so much.
Oh, jeez.
So she played with it. She found a recipe. And Julie, you didn't like Shakeology.
I didn't start Shakeology till like August or something like that.
Like, yeah, so not into it.
No, because I like to eat too much, and then once you get things figured out, and
you have to play with it. I was sending her like recipes for eating her Shakeology instead of drinking it, and then you just have to do that. And most people end up loving it. I mean, some people don't, but most people end up loving it. But I'm always like, you cannot tell me 2 days in that you don't like it. You have to give it time. Mm-hmm. I said, I can tell you about coaches who are like in the top 10 of the business who are like, I hated my Shakeology when I started, but I stuck with it because I knew it was good for me. And now I can't live without it. And I was that person. I was like, all right, I'd never done a shake before in my life. Not any. I didn't make my own at home except for milkshakes. I was not somebody who had protein powder in the house or chia seeds or anything. I mean, I was a healthy eater. I didn't do any of that stuff though. I was like, oh yeah, I don't do green shakes. I don't do spinach in my, I'd ate spinach, but not like in a shake.
Mm-hmm.
I have a funny story about spinach green shakes, but I'm sorry, I just cut you off.
Oh no, it's fine. Go ahead.
So I've always liked shakes. I've always juiced. I love kale, spinach, all that. So years ago, and I have it in like a solid container where you can't see through it. I take it in every morning to my office and I sit next to this really nice, cool guy. So one day I had it in a clear container and he looks over and he's like, what the hell is that? Because it's like green muck, I'm like, that's my shake I drink every day. He's like, can you please go back to the solid container? Because you used to ruin my appetite. I'm like, no.
Please.
I just thought it was funny. He was like, can you please? Because you just ruined it for me.
That's so funny. Well, I am not, like, I still have, like, I can't do, like, I'm not a green food. Like, I'm fine with, like, green vegetables, but I'm not, like, a green shake. There's just something about it that totally bothers me. So I love putting cauliflower rice in my shake because it doesn't change the color. But it so
it's like grass clippings or something. I think when it's green like that.
Yeah, it just does not work for me. Yeah. But the cauliflower rice, I love that because I can't taste it and it doesn't change the color. So that's what I like.
That's a good tip.
But yeah, so that's, I tell people, I'm like, just give me a little while. I was right there with you. I did not want anything to do with it. And I drank it and noticed how that it made me feel better. Like
Mhm.
it helped my energy and made it more filling and all of that. So I was like, all right. But it took me a little bit before I actually started like really liking it. And now, like, oh my God, I've been drinking it for 4 years in May. So, you know.
Cool.
All right. It is late on the East Coast, and
Yeah,
kindergartners will be waiting for me in the morning. So, any other questions that I can answer real quick?
Nope, I'm good. I got to get downstairs and cook dinner for my hubby. So
All right.
I
So
appreciate you accommodating my time.
let's plan on. I'm just looking at the
Okay.
calendar real quick. Let's plan on 9 o'clock next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Okay.
Is that good? Just kind of put that as a standing thing in the calendar.
Cool.
And that works too, because when I go to, I won't be in LA over Tuesday. And Rusty, you and I'll chat about figuring out when we can get together when I'm in LA, because that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
So
cool,
9
for sure.
o'clock your guys' time?
Yes. So 6 o'clock.
our time.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Rusty, that gives you a chance to get home and be on
Yeah.
live.
I
Instead of,
can do it from my computer, so I'm not shaking my phone around. Yeah.
all right.
Cool.
All right, you guys, if you hang up and you're like, damn, I should have asked this, just throw it, in the group or the Vox chain or whatever.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank
Thanks, you guys.
Ready?
Great
Bye,
to see you.
guys.
Night, you guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.